Hey there, I'm Francisco, and this is my YouTube channel, Before I Forget. And today, I'm actually going to be talking to you about how and why I became a budtender. A quick little summary right quick. My very first episode, I sort of gave you a bit of a summary, nice little gloss over of my life moving from Georgia to Oregon, ending up being a budtender, right? So now, along the way of this whole little, cursory story, I hope to sort of dive into, different topics of it in a little bit more detail. So today, I'm going to talk about being a budtender and what sort of drove me to do it. But first, I got to bring in my companion here. Today would be, this fine evening. Sorry, half a bowl in, so knowing my tolerance, I'm already well on my way to prime bakedness. So yeah, let's see how this turns out. Today is, I keep saying that word often. Anyways, for this evening's event, I have some Blue Magoo. This strain is actually good. The positive side effects are, as you see, happy, euphoric, relaxed. On the creative side, which I can definitely feel, because I feel like my brain is going like a mile a minute now, just trying to get ideas in my head, which sort of makes it a little bit difficult to keep a consistency in story, but I'm going to try my best. People I tend to use this for on a medicinal purpose, relief for pain, stress, depression, insomnia, anxiety, also lack of appetite. So for those of us who tend to get affected by the munchies, this might not be the best strain. Even though, as much as I love to eat, I try not to have too much junk food around the house. And the occasional packet of Oreos do make it in here, but they tend to last maybe 24 hours. Yeah, I love me some Oreos. Anyways, so this Blue Magoo is a bit of a cross of DJ Short, Blueberry, and Williams Wonder, also known as Major League Bud. And as a footnote to all of this, if you are ever interested in any strains that I'm smoking or anything, just go online. There are various sites, Leafly, allbuds.com, CanSOS, to just name a few. All these are chock full of information. Just simply because I say it's one thing does not necessarily mean that this strain across the board it comes from these parents, these parental lineages. And there's just so much information out there. There's just a lot of information out there. I highly encourage you all to, whoever's interested in cannabis or any form of it, Google is your friend. There's just so much out there. Hopefully one day they'll federalize it, so then federal funding can actually go into more data research about cannabis and what it can do for us. Anywho, so yes, this wonderful Blue Magoo is known also for more of an herbal, peppery, and piney kind of taste, which I can definitely tell you there's a peppery taste in this one. Pretty smooth smoke, but definitely on the peppery side. Or maybe a hint of some kind of fruit. I don't necessarily have that kind of those just micro-focused taste buds just yet. I'm more into I can taste the fruit in here. Give me a little bit of time, I can finally narrow it down. And I got some other friends who are just all right, well, this is kiwi, or this is jasmine, name a flower or something. It's they have just these fine-tuned taste buds. I'm still working on mine, but hey, shit, I never said I'm not a work in progress. So anywho, off we go. So, I'd like to start with this topic about why I became a budtender and what drives me to sort of want to be one. I made already a good few records of this, and I haven't been able to sum it up just yet in the allotted time, which is 15, 20 minutes. I don't think anyone wants to hear me babble for more than 20 minutes. But anywho, so I'm going to continue to do my best to see if I can just narrow this down, because it is a combination, first and foremost, of helping others. That is what drove me to it. Yes, I get to sell weed, but at the end of the day, being adults, come on now, it's I'm helping others. And whether it is to simply just get baked, or whether it is because they are trying to get off opioids because they have been prescribed opioids and narcotics for more years than they can keep track of. You know what I mean? It's like there is a slew of reasons as to why people have come into the shop, and on I can only really speak for myself. I know I say we a lot and all this stuff, but I can truly only really speak for myself. Um, like I've seen an array of situations, an array of people come into the shop looking for all forms of help, from dealing with cancer to dealing with crippling anxiety to where they can almost barely speak, to muscular issues where people can almost not to not folks couldn't walk. Now they can walk. You know what I mean? It's like I could talk so long about that. But it's also, I mean, that first and foremost is the reason why I'm a Budtender. I just get to help people. Now, all the other ones, the other reason is it all stems from that one. It stems from one, like those little movies you see, like follow rule one, then rule two, go back to rule one. You know what I mean? It's like it all comes back to rule one. Just wanting to help people. That just being at that shop, being at work, being a Budtender, brings out another side of me, and it feels liberating. It's not like it's another side. It's just like this pure adrenaline of just euphoria, and just like, hey, like there are days that there are days there that it's amazing what a moment in time can do for somebody. You know what I mean? It's amazing. It's like now, for example, like not only do I get to help people by selling cannabis for a variety of different reasons, but I'm also a therapist. I'm a friend. I'm a priest. I'm somebody to hug. I'm somebody to cry on. You know what I mean? And I've been all that, and it's humbling, and it's humbling, and it's a vulnerability. You know what I mean? Like someone is being vulnerable for you. Someone is entrusting you with this information. And I'm also making myself vulnerable. This isn't a one-way street. This is a two-way street. This is an interaction between two people. And I don't know. It's just this moment of humanity, and I get to be a part of it. I get to, when people come in, like for example, for me, a side note, we don't have to know people's names. I want to know people's names. I try my best to do it. Granted, it took me over a year or so to actually start remembering names. I don't know why. Like overnight, one day, things just started clicking. I don't know, because I tried the hardest to remember names. I couldn't, and then all of a sudden, bam, it just started. But it's like, I try my best to remember people's names. If I don't know somebody's names yet, I try to remember a story that they shared with me, so I can be like, hey, I remember this, and just to simply be like, you know what, you matter, you fucking matter. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's happened in your life outside of this building, but in this moment in time, you fucking matter, and that's what I love about my job. You know what I mean? And you see it in people. Like, somebody walks in and I'm like, hey, Mr. So-and-so, or Miss So-and-so, or hey, you, or hey, friend. You know what I mean? And it's like, and someone just looks at me and they smile. It's like that moment of positivity, that in itself is its own high. You know what I mean? That in itself is its own high. That is just a moment of positivity. Like, I don't give a shit if I help that person afterwards. You know what I mean? I would like to, but if I don't, I at least know that they started off on a positive note. You know what I mean? And that to me speaks volumes. Godly. It's just like, God, I need a break with Jesus. Give me 1 second. It strikes me. The job, it's like I remember back in Georgia, I wanted to do something. I liked my job. I love the people I worked with, but I wanted to do something. I've always wanted to do something that sort of helps people. And it's like, and I know it's not the jobs of, I'm not going to be making money. I know that I'm not going to be like living the life of luxury, and that's fine. I'm not trying to be like, oh, let me martyr myself. It's not even about that either. I just know that I I mean, look, it's like I get that feeling. I get that feeling of fulfillment. Just I've I've encountered customers with stories with testimonies that I can spend hours talking about. That's why I've been finding it so hard to talk about this one subject, because it encompasses so much. It's like not only am I helping people, not only am I just creating like positivity, it's just like it's the same thing for me too. Like, why in the end do I want to get to know people's names? At the end of the day, it's not because you're a customer, it's because you are a person. A name is an identity, and an identity is worth, and you are worth something. You know what I mean? I'm worth something. And that statement alone was something that I finally started believing in a couple years ago. I struggled most of my life with self-confidence issues. And so that's why I do my best to identify with people, to be like, hey, you're not just oh shit, my 4:30 rush. You know what I mean? You are so and so, and and you like doing this, or you told me a story of that, and hey, I've seen you a million times. I know that one day I'm gonna get your name right. You know what I mean? But I remember you told me that you played soccer doing this, or you have this kind of job, that you just got this job promotion. It's like, fucking congratulations. You know what I mean? Like that. We are a moment in each other's lives for a moment in time, and it's just, I fucking love that. I fucking love that. And I just, like, I get goosebumps talking about that shit. And it's just, and I can't explain it. Is it a job I want to do forever? Is it a job that I find myself doing at the same shop forever? No. It's not. I want to explore other realms of the industry. But at the same time, I also, before I even moved up here, when this crazy idea of being a budtender, I remember I had in my mind, I was like, I wanted to budtend across Canada. Now, I don't know why Canada, but just Canada. Well, Canada's, from what I've been able to experience, is a beautiful country. So I would love to actually explore more of it. And I don't know why I said not why Canada. But yeah, no, I mean, like, but out of all the countries I could choose, why Canada? I have no idea. I think it's because it's the closest one near us, and also it's legal everywhere, So that really just like makes it easier. But I one time or another would be fun to budtend across Canada. You know what I mean? But my problem is I get emotionally attached to places and to people and stuff. And so it's just like it's one of those, like, I don't know if it's a Virgo thing, an existential thing, whatever the case may be. But that's why I cherish it. That's why I'm cherishing it right now. It's like, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything like that. Every chapter has a close. And when that close comes, who knows? But right now, in this very moment in time, I'm fortunate enough to work as someone who can help others. You know what I mean? I might not always be right. I like to think that majority of the time, I've been able to help more people than have to have them spend more money on other products. That's one thing. If there's one thing people know me for, it's definitely my thriftiness. I'm not like cheap, but I will help you find what you need and what you are looking for, not what I want to sell you, because we don't get commission. So it's like, what's the point of that, anyways? So and I just love my job. I love the fact that people, I've been able to gain enough trust in people for them to confide in me and be like, hey, these are my issues. This is what I'm coming to you for, and then I'm able to help them. I don't claim to know everything, because I know that out of the crew that has been there since day one, I know that I'm probably at the very bottom of the list of knowing information there. Everything I have learned has been being a budtender in Oregon, has been from like the people I've been able to be fortunate enough to work with and to surround myself with, and people I like to call my friends. You know what I mean? And the research I've done on my own, and just like farms I visited. And it's just like it's an ever evolving learning process. I don't know. So the little that I do know, I do want to share with people. And so, if you guys got any questions or anything, or if you want, like, if you want to know any more particular stories, like in particular like my budtendering escapades, let me know. Like I said, it's this topic in particular is just hard for me to talk about, because it's just, there's so much that that this entails, that being a budtender entails, and it's just hard, like it's an experience. It is an opportunity, like something that I love, for example, is at the shop, and when people come in and folks start singing and humming and just like jamming along with us, I'll have a conversation with somebody. Like the other day I had a conversation with somebody and I was just sitting there and we're listening to some throwbacks, and then, there's one customer and I are just sitting there talking. All of a sudden I hear some Mariah. I'm like, damn, that's some Mariah. And so we just pause and listen to the song together, and it was just like, that was just cool. Or like, for example, when you have In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, right? That one is like one of those songs that I've come to appreciate Phil Collins a little bit more as the older I've gotten. But it's like that one of those songs that dun 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 dun, like that whole part. There have been, like, I don't know how many times where, there'll be the shop will be full, and we're just all doing our thing, and all of a sudden, that part comes up and you just hear everyone pause and be like, dun 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 dun. Sorry. That song in itself is just fucking cool. I don't know. I have a newfound appreciation for that song. But that kind of unity, that kind of moment of just sharing, of just like forgetting all the bullshit and everyone just enjoying themselves, like that kind of positivity, like it's hard to explain what it is. And for being a part of it, it's hard. It's even harder. Because I feel like I only scraped the surface, and no matter how many times I've done this recording on this one topic, I just don't seem to get it right. I don't feel like I'm getting it, like I'm able to explain completely what it feels like. But all I do know is that it's been a ride. It's been a wonderful ride. I've gotten to learn so much about myself. That working there has helped my self-confidence. You know what I mean? What is in a name? It's like, it's you. You're in a name. That's your identity. That's your self-worth. That is your self-confidence. And being there, being at that shop has been able to open up my eyes to a lot of interesting aspects about myself, and characteristics that I have been able to change, that I've been able to appreciate. And it's like, it's been a good experience. It's retail, but it's been a great experience. And, I feel blessed for being part of it and being able to help others. And I don't know. I keep repeating myself. Anywho, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that I was able to give you some kind of better understanding of why I became a budtender. I'm sure I spoke in circles and a lot of metaphors and all that jazz. But hey, you got to see this all in action. And if anyone ever doubts that Blue Magoo does not make you euphoric, think again. No, but yeah, guys, thanks so much for taking the time to listen to me and my zany little story again and my antics. If you guys got any comments or questions or anything, come on, just send them out to me on Facebook or Instagram, or just leave them in the comment section below. I want to hear about this. Again, I want to be able to share other people's stories down the road, and just, hopefully be able to bring other people on board again to just like share humanity as a whole together. So in the meantime, I hope you guys again enjoyed all this, and y'all be blessed.